Hello everyone, welcome to week 7. This is Tuesday, and so we're a couple of days into the week. I do want to say to start off that I really thought last week's content discussion around the topic of sensation was really well done. So thank you for that. It was very interesting to see how well you developed each of the different sensory threads in the conversation. So nice work with that, and I look forward to reading through the perception discussion this week. In particular, I'm very interested to see the Easter eggs that people might come up with. Okay, so for a few minutes today I want to visit our research paper, and I'll be focusing here on discussion research paper number 6, which was from last week, and some of the things that people posted and a few of the corrections. I'd like to say that I do look for you to make 2 responses when I ask for that, so I'm kind of scrolling down here in this particular discussion. I tell you exactly what I would like for you to do in the discussion, and it often includes this respond piece. Respond to the person above and below you by reading their post and commenting on the correctness of what they've been doing, and I often ask you specifically on what to comment on. This one was about the in-text citations. So the people who are doing this are typically doing it very well. I'm not looking for just a one line like, good job so far, but a little more detail about what looks right, what might not look correct, and why you think so. So that typically earns a person between 2 and 3 points out of the 10 that are awarded to have those 2 different brief responses to fellow students. I also looked for correctness in what you're doing. Typically, if a person has posted and gotten most things correct, they will earn most of the points. If you have things that need to be corrected, I'm looking for that to happen as you go along. So please watch this screencast, see if there's something that needs to be corrected in your paper, and take care of that so that you can earn the most points possible. So I'm going to scroll down here and look at these different threads. This first one by Jordan, she's coming along. You're coming along well, Jordan, with your paper. And I appreciate the opportunity to use real examples here and show you what I am noticing. So first of all, Jordan's, what I noticed is that there are 3 different Word documents, and I would ask her to please combine that. Oh, there you are, Jordan. Combine that into one document so that I only need to open up one document for each person's post, and also it just helps you get your paper together. So I'm going to open up what I think is Jordan's kind of take here at the biographical piece. No, this is Hockenberry and Hockenberry. Pardon me. Let's see, research body. That's a little different. Let's see. Okay, so it looks like Jordan has about half a page of content here. I was looking for about a page of biographical information. Sometimes it's hard to find an entire page on your particular psychologist or researcher. I recognize that. Your entire research paper needs to be 6 to 7 pages. So I'm looking for 4 full pages of your original writing. And so my guess is that Jordan's still evolving this, but just as a comment, I'll be looking for about a page, give or take a little bit of biographical information. On some technical pieces here, to start out, I would say that every new paragraph needs to be tabbed in instead of this sort of double spacing here. The whole thing needs to be double spaced, but this looks like more than double spaced. I'm not exactly sure. It's hard sometimes to see. I would suggest highlighting the whole thing and making sure that you have double space on it and not more than that. So at this point I've just used tabbing to indent for each of her paragraphs. Another thing I want to notice that she has some nice in-text citations. I'm looking 1, 2, 3. The requirement is to have at least 2. I do see that she's got a period right here, and that should be deleted, and the period put at the end of the sentence. Now I'm noticing that she's using Princeton. I don't know if that's the name of the author. She may or may not have an author on this, and sometimes with websites you don't, and you need to include instead the name of the article. And then a comma here, and she has the year of the publication of the website. So we're just going to X out of that one. And let's see. I've pulled up another post here. This one is by Kelvin. And I think I've talked to you about this, Kelvin, and perhaps, and I know some of the other people here as well, that sometimes it looks like the attachment does not get actually put into the thread. So in this case, I have a post by Kelvin, a thread begun, and there's nothing attached. So let me show you. Here is the Add Attachments button. So if you get into a thread and you're going to start it or respond to it, you want to click this Add Attachments, and then you can upload something from there. And that is just a way to make sure that you have your attachment here, and then you also need to click Post. So make sure that you do post things. Another paper I have here is done by Scott. You can see a nice title page going, and when I scroll down I see the Hockenberry and Hockenberry citations, and then I start looking for in-text citations that are coming from the website. And what I see here is parenthesis J period Bogan, comma 1999, end parenthesis period. So the one comment I would have here is that APA style does not use this first initial. So you can take that out. APA style only uses last name, comma, year of publication within parentheses, and then the period on the outside. I'm just going to scroll down quickly. References again need to be on their own page, so you would make this at the start of a new page. And then Discovering Psychology should have 6th edition, and it does need to be italicized. So those are just a few comments on this reference page. The final item I would like to point out today for the research papers is the use of what's called a hanging indent. This is Skyla's paper. Thank you, Skyla. And what is a hanging indent? It's used in the references. So let me just highlight this first one, the Hockenberry and Hockenberry reference. And then I go to this little paragraph settings button. And if you click on that, under Special, there's a drop-down menu where you can find hanging. If you click OK to that, it will tab in any subsequent lines after the first line, and that's what's called a hanging indent. So we could do this again. I'll show it one more time here using that little button there under Special, Hanging, OK, and it did not do that. Let's see, one more time. Hanging. Okay, I'm not sure why it's not doing that. Here's another old-fashioned method, is tabbing in one. So those two different methods of making a hanging indent, it basically means that the first line is left justified and a subsequent line in the reference is tabbed in one, just like this one is right here. A couple of other things to notice here on the reference page. We always start with last name first, but I am thinking that Charles Darwin did not write this biographical website, and so I'm thinking instead this is the name of the article. And so this is fine for it to be like this, but I would alphabetize these, and so I'd put the C in front of the H. There might be a little bit more to this one right now that I am not aware of, but it just in general we want to alphabetized by last name. Okay, thanks for watching this screencast, and good luck with your research papers this week.